What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to William Fuller for the $6 donation via the PayPal. He says, quote, love the channels, bro. Both are very informative and get me through some long days expeditiously. I only have one request to ask of you. Can you let us know what you think would have happened if Wade and LeBron would have chose Chicago instead of Miami in 2010? Nobody has really talked about that. Now, I do remember that being a potential designation for LeBron James, but most people kind of made the assumption that he either was going to stay in Cleveland or go to Miami. But I do remember that. I could do a video about that tomorrow. I have to think about it. So I don't like to just do videos and just talk off the cuff like that unless I've already given it much thought. Then again, I'm saying none of these things is factual. It's just my opinion. Nothing that I'm saying has to be true. It's just an educated guess. So, yeah, most definitely I can do that video tomorrow for you. Thank you once again for showing love to the channel. And I really do appreciate it, William, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for showing love to the channel. And to anyone that want to show love to this channel, if you choose to, you can do so. The links in the description box below via the PayPal or the Cash App or in the pinned comment in the comment section below. Now, Kevin Durant of the Brooklyn Nets recently stated that he feels that both the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Golden State Warriors should retire his jersey number. Retire his jersey. He says absolutely they should retire his jersey. It wouldn't be right for the game of basketball if they didn't retire his jersey. Now, let me say this first. I most definitely agree. I most definitely agree that the Oklahoma City Thunder should retire his jersey. In my opinion, he is the greatest Sonic slash Thunder of all time. All right, I think it's him, followed by Gary Payton, and then Russell Westbrook. Okay, as far as the greatest Sonics slash Thunder players that ever played for that franchise. Um, Now you're talking about Sean Kemp. Uh, Kemp could have been in that hierarchy, but Kemp, uh, he's in that discussion, but didn't play long enough with the Sonics, and he did have a bitter breakup with the franchise, even though I don't think that should count as the years go by, but you know how that is. With the Warriors, the problem is his tenure, how short it was. He only played 3 seasons. Now, in those 3 seasons, he did go to 3 NBA finals, winning 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs. So does that sort of negate the 3 year uh, tenure that he was with them? I guess we have to adjust to the era of free agency where these guys are team hopping so much, and that the way that we used to look at these players, or the way we used to look at jersey retirements, and that you kind of had to play there for a couple of years, at least 5 years minimum. Maybe now you kind of look at it differently. This is my only thing though. If Kevin Durant's jersey gets retired by the Golden State Warriors, that opens the door to Dennis Rodman's jersey being retired by the Chicago Bulls. Now, he wasn't the superstar that Kevin Durant was, but he did win 3 NBA championships in those 3 years he was there. And he was an integral part of those championships. You can make a great argument that he should have at least been co-finals MVP with Michael Jordan in 1996. Because in my opinion, Dennis Rodman almost single-handedly, just through his rebounding and defense, won 2 of those games, if you remember that series, and was a big part of Game 6. So I really think that he should have won co-finals MVP with Michael Jordan in 1996. Uh, Now, having said all of this, right, The fact that he's going out there and kind of demanding what is usually an honor that is bestowed upon the player by the organization is in bad taste. Okay? It's in bad taste to me. Look, we all know it should be a no brainer, but you don't usually go out as a player and say, oh, yeah, I should most definitely. It comes across as haughty, it comes across as egotistical, even if that's what you feel. That's just, look, I'm going to tell you something. When you take this and you also add into, and I'll do a video about this very soon, maybe today. When you take that and you add into the trolling that he did Nick Wright, and in which he called himself a god, and he's referred to himself in that on. He's referred to himself as a god quite a few times. You know, calling himself a god, Nick Wright a peasant. Um, Shit like that makes me kind of look at Kevin Durant differently, and it makes me believe what Jay Williams was saying about Kevin Durant and when it comes to Giannis. You understand what I'm saying? Like the way that he didn't really want to embrace Giannis just after the loss. Um, Supposedly he told Jay Williams, "Don't ever compare me with that dude." You know, supposedly he has problems with him and Giannis being compared. That he's skilled and he's worked on his craft, and Giannis is just athleticism. Blah 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 blah. It makes me kind of look at Kevin Durant as this secret narcissist. You know, we always accuse LeBron James of being narcissist, and there's always those signs. He's always saying things that are narcissistic. But KD has gotten a pass because he seemed like this chill dude. But there's a lot of laid back country folk, you know, cowboy hat wearing, all shucks bam type guys that are super narcissists. Once you get to know them, once you get to ruffle their feathers, once you really get to, uh, talk to them. So at the end of the day, man, I do agree with Kevin Durant in theory, absolutely. But man, I mean, that should be something that just comes with the territory. You know, look, Kevin Garnett jersey was recently retired by the Boston Celtics. Now he's been retired for 5, 6 years as a player. Boston just retired his jersey, but his more successful individual years came with the Timberwolves. But because of the awful relationship he has with the owner at this time, that might never happen. But we all know that his jersey should be retired by the Timberwolves. Sometimes it's bullshit. Remember, we had to do videos here in the LWC. Well, I know I did, talking about why was it taking the Atlanta Hawks so damn long to retire Pete Maravich's number. And then 2 years after I did a couple of videos talking about that, they finally retired his number. I don't know if my video had any help in that. I hope it did. But there's certain players we think about. Why isn't this guy in the Hall of Fame? Sweet Lou Hudson. Why is this guy's jersey not retired yet? Um, why haven't the Lakers retired George Mikan's '99? Not just being the Ring of Honor. Why is his fucking jersey not retired? Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a video about that right now. Why is George Mikan's fucking jersey not retired? Fuck a Ring of Honor.